Ladies and gentlemen, life is a journey filled with unexpected turns, sudden stops, and surprising new paths. Sometimes, when a door closes, it can feel like the end of a dream or a missed opportunity. But what if I told you that every closed door is actually a powerful, life-changing moment? Here are 6 key reasons why you should never lose hope when a door closes in your life. Number 1. Redirection, not rejection. Sometimes in life, we find ourselves standing before a door that abruptly closes in our faces. Whether it's a missed opportunity, a failed relationship, or a goal that seems to have slipped away, it can feel like rejection, raw, unfiltered, and deeply personal. The pain of that moment often makes us question ourselves, our choices, and even our worth. But what if we shifted our perspective? What if, instead of seeing that closed door as rejection, we viewed it as redirection? Redirection is the universe's way of guiding us towards a path that aligns more closely with our true potential and purpose. It's not an easy concept to embrace, especially when you're in the midst of disappointment. The human heart is wired to feel hurt when something we've invested time, energy, and passion into doesn't yield the outcome we hoped for. But taking a step back and reflecting on the situation can reveal something truly profound. Sometimes, not getting what we want is a blessing in disguise. Imagine a scenario where you've been working tirelessly towards a particular career goal. You've poured your heart and soul into it, only to find that despite your best efforts, you didn't make the cut. It feels like the ground has been pulled from under your feet. Yet, weeks or months later, you stumble upon a different opportunity, one that aligns better with your skills, values, and aspirations. Suddenly, it becomes clear that the earlier setback wasn't rejection at all. It was a nudge toward a more fulfilling path. This doesn't mean the journey of redirection is painless. In fact, it often hurts because we are conditioned to equate closed doors with failure. We feel unworthy when something we've wanted slips away. But it's crucial to recognize that sometimes the reason a door shuts is not because we're not good enough, but because we are meant for something greater. The redirection is a lesson wrapped in disappointment, guiding us to explore new possibilities that we might not have considered otherwise. It's important to remember that not all paths are meant to be traveled, and not all doors are meant to be opened. Sometimes a closed door is protection from something that could have led us astray or caused more pain down the road. In those moments, it takes faith and resilience to trust that there is a reason behind the redirection. It's like driving down a road only to find a detour sign. Initially, it's frustrating. You're delayed, thrown off course. But the detour may lead you through scenic routes you never would have explored or past places that give you a fresh perspective. Life's redirections also teach us to let go of control. We often plan our lives meticulously, believing that if we just work hard enough, everything will unfold according to our blueprint. But life doesn't always comply. Learning to surrender and trust the process is a vital skill. Sometimes we don't realize we are chasing something that isn't meant for us, and a closed door can be the most compassionate way the universe helps us realign our goals. Reflecting on my own experiences, I've noticed that some of the most significant growth came after unexpected changes in direction. One particular instance comes to mind. I was set on pursuing a specific career path. I had planned, prepared, and envisioned my life within that field. Then, just as I thought I was on the verge of achieving it, circumstances changed and the opportunity was no longer available. At first, I was crushed. I questioned my abilities, my choices, and whether I had misjudged my aspirations. But as time passed, I found myself drawn to a different path, one that I hadn't even considered before. It turned out to be more aligned with my strengths and passions, and looking back, I'm grateful that the first door closed. The beauty of redirection is that it often leads to self-discovery. When a door shuts, it forces us to look within and ask ourselves questions that we might have ignored before. What am I truly passionate about? What skills do I want to develop? What kind of life do I want to build? Sometimes, the answer lies in an entirely different direction from where we initially set out. One of the hardest parts of dealing with redirection is coping with the feeling of inadequacy. It's easy to think that not achieving something means we weren't good enough. But this mindset overlooks the bigger picture. A door closing doesn't diminish your worth or your abilities. Instead, it challenges you to grow, adapt, and open your mind to new possibilities. It's about viewing life not as a straight line, but as a series of interconnected paths, each offering unique lessons. A practical way to embrace redirection is to cultivate a mindset of curiosity rather than resistance. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" try asking, "What is this experience teaching me?" Or "Where is this guiding me?" This shift in perspective can turn your energy from frustration to exploration. It helps you remain open to new ideas, new opportunities, and new ways of thinking. At the end of the day, every redirection is a lesson in resilience and faith. It's about understanding that while we may not see the bigger picture immediately, closed doors often protect us from choices that wouldn't serve our growth. Embracing redirection means acknowledging that while you may not be able to control every aspect of your journey, you can choose how you respond to unexpected changes. So, the next time a door shuts in your life, take a deep breath and remember, it's not rejection. It's redirection. It's life's way of saying, "I have something better in store for you." Trust the process, embrace the change, and keep moving forward with hope and determination. Because often, the path you never planned for turns out to be the one that shapes your life in the most meaningful way. Number 2. The power of patience in a world that moves at the speed of a swipe, where instant results are celebrated and quick fixes are the norm. Patience can feel like a forgotten virtue. Yet, it remains one of the most powerful tools for achieving lasting success and personal growth. Patience is not merely the act of waiting, it's the art of waiting well. It's the ability to endure difficult moments without losing sight of your long-term goals, the strength to stay calm in the face of uncertainty, and the wisdom to trust the timing of your journey. The power of patience lies in its quiet strength. It's not about passively sitting by as life happens around you. Rather, it's an active choice to remain steadfast, even when the results you desire seem distant or the path unclear. It's the understanding that real growth takes time and that meaningful achievements are rarely instant. Patience allows you to plant seeds today, fully knowing that the fruits of your labor may take months or even years to manifest. It's the courage to invest in yourself, even when immediate rewards are not guaranteed. One of the greatest benefits of patience is the clarity it brings. When you're patient, you give yourself the mental space to think deeply and make better decisions. You resist the urge to act on impulse or fear, choosing instead to respond thoughtfully to the challenges you face. This clarity helps you avoid costly mistakes and keeps you aligned with your long-term vision. It prevents you from settling for shortcuts that might bring temporary relief, but ultimately lead you away from your true goals. Patience also builds resilience. Life is unpredictable, and setbacks are inevitable. Those who cultivate patience learn to weather these storms without losing their sense of purpose. They understand that every obstacle is a part of the journey, a stepping stone to greater wisdom and strength. When you are patient, you learn to accept that failure is not the opposite of success, but a crucial part of it. You begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than as barriers to your dreams. Moreover, patience fosters self-discipline. It teaches you to resist immediate gratification in favor of long-term rewards. In a world where distractions are constant and temptations endless, this discipline is a superpower. It allows you to stay focused on what truly matters, pushing you to work diligently even when progress seems slow. Patience helps you prioritize your actions, encouraging you to put in the effort consistently without losing faith in the process. Patience also nurtures emotional intelligence. It helps you stay calm under pressure and respond thoughtfully in difficult situations. It prevents you from reacting out of anger or frustration, allowing you to approach challenges with a clear mind and a compassionate heart. This emotional maturity not only strengthens your relationships, but also enhances your ability to lead, influence, and inspire others. Additionally, patience is a powerful antidote to stress and anxiety. When you embrace patience, you release the need for constant control and immediate results. You learn to trust the process, knowing that every step, even the difficult ones, is leading you toward your goals. This mindset shift reduces the pressure to perform perfectly at every moment, allowing you to find peace in the journey itself, rather than just the destination. The power of patience extends beyond personal growth. It also transforms the way you interact with others. When you practice patience, you become a better listener, a more compassionate friend, and a more understanding partner. You learn to appreciate the unique pace at which others grow and evolve, fostering deeper connections and more meaningful relationships. Patience allows you to see the world from different perspectives, creating space for empathy and mutual respect. One of the most beautiful aspects of patience is its ability to unlock potential. Many of the greatest achievements in history were the result of patient perseverance. From the painstaking work of scientists who spent decades pursuing groundbreaking discoveries, to artists who refined their craft over a lifetime, the common thread is an unwavering commitment to their vision. Patience empowers you to push beyond your limits, to keep going even when the odds seem stacked against you. It turns dreams into reality, one deliberate step at a time. Finally, patience is a powerful act of self-love. It means believing in your own ability to overcome challenges, trusting that your efforts will eventually bear fruit, and refusing to let temporary setbacks define your worth. It's about giving yourself the grace to grow at your own pace, without the pressure to meet external expectations or timelines. It's a quiet, steady confidence in the process of becoming the best version of yourself. In a world that often celebrates speed over substance, patience is a rare and invaluable quality. It teaches you to value the journey as much as the destination, to appreciate the small victories along the way, and to remain hopeful even in the face of adversity. It's a reminder that true success is not just about reaching the finish line, but about the strength, wisdom, and resilience you gain along the way. So if you find yourself feeling impatient today, remember that every great achievement takes time. Trust in the process, stay true to your path, and let patience guide you to your highest potential. Because the best things in life are not rushed, but patiently and passionately pursued. Number 3. Building resilience. Resilience is one of the most valuable qualities a person can develop. It's the ability to bounce back from setbacks, adapt to change, and keep moving forward despite adversity. Resilience is not just about enduring hardship, but about growing stronger because of it. It's the inner strength that turns obstacles into opportunities, transforming challenges into stepping stones for growth. This quality is often the difference between those who merely survive and those who thrive, even in the face of significant difficulties. At its core, resilience is about mindset. It's a way of thinking that refuses to be defeated, even when the odds are against you. It's the understanding that failure is not the end, but a part of the journey toward success. People who are resilient don't shy away from hardship. They accept that life will throw challenges their way, but instead of feeling overwhelmed, they choose to confront those challenges head-on. This mindset doesn't eliminate pain or struggle, but it allows you to move through it with a sense of purpose and determination. Resilience also involves flexibility. It's the ability to adapt when things don't go as planned. Life is unpredictable and plans often fall apart. Those who are resilient learn to pivot, adjust their expectations, and find new paths when the old ones are blocked. They don't cling to a single version of success, but remain open to different possibilities, trusting that each detour can lead to new growth. This flexibility is a powerful survival tool in an ever-changing world where the only constant is change itself. Another crucial aspect of resilience is emotional strength. It's not about suppressing your feelings or pretending that everything is fine when it's not. Instead, it's about acknowledging your emotions, processing them, and finding the courage to keep going despite the pain. This emotional awareness helps you avoid becoming consumed by negative thoughts, allowing you to maintain a clear perspective even in difficult times. It's about learning to weather emotional storms without letting them derail your progress. Resilience is also deeply connected to self-belief. It's about having faith in your ability to overcome challenges, even when the path ahead seems uncertain. This confidence comes from past experiences of overcoming adversity. Every time you face a setback and push through it, you build a reservoir of strength that you can draw on in future struggles. This self-assurance is not about arrogance, but about recognizing your inner power and trusting that you have what it takes to rise above adversity. Moreover, resilience is often fueled by a sense of purpose. People who are deeply connected to a meaningful goal or passion tend to be more resilient because they have a reason to keep going, even when times are tough. This sense of purpose provides a powerful anchor in the storm, giving you a clear reason to persevere when others might give up. It transforms obstacles into challenges to be conquered rather than threats to be avoided. An essential part of building resilience is learning from setbacks. Instead of viewing failure as a dead end, resilient people see it as a learning opportunity. They reflect on what went wrong, adjust their strategies, and move forward with greater wisdom. This ability to learn from mistakes is what separates those who are defeated by challenges from those who emerge stronger. It's about turning pain into power, using every setback as a stepping stone to greater success. Support systems also play a critical role in resilience. While inner strength is vital, having a network of supportive friends, family, or mentors can make a significant difference in your ability to bounce back. These relationships provide encouragement, perspective, and sometimes even a much-needed push when your own strength feels insufficient. Resilient people understand the value of seeking support and are not afraid to lean on others when needed. Resilience also requires patience. It's about recognizing that recovery and growth take time. Just as a muscle needs time to repair and strengthen after being strained, the human spirit also needs time to rebuild after a setback. This patience allows you to stay committed to your goals, even when progress is slow or setbacks are frequent. It's the quiet confidence that, despite the challenges, you will eventually reach your destination. Finally, resilience is a lifelong journey. It's not a trait you either have or don't have, but a muscle you strengthen over time. Every hardship you face, every obstacle you overcome, and every setback you rise from builds your resilience. It's a continuous process of growth, one that shapes you into a stronger, wiser, and more capable version of yourself. Building resilience transforms you into someone who doesn't just survive the storms of life, but learns to dance in the rain. It's about finding strength in struggle, hope in hardship, and purpose in pain. It's the understanding that while life may knock you down, you always have the power to stand back up. So, the next time you face a challenge, remember that it's not just a test of your strength, but an opportunity to build your resilience. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it shape you into the unbreakable person you are capable of becoming. Because in the end, it's not the easy times that define you, but the way you rise from the hard ones that truly reveals your character. Number 4. Discovering new paths. Life has a way of surprising us. Just when we think we have everything figured out, a sudden twist can throw us off course, leaving us confused and uncertain. In these moments, it's easy to feel lost, as if the ground beneath our feet has shifted. But often, these unexpected turns are not just disruptions. They are invitations to explore paths we never considered. Discovering new paths is one of the most powerful ways to grow, evolve, and unlock our true potential. At first, the idea of changing direction can be daunting. We are creatures of habit, naturally drawn to the familiar and the comfortable. We like to plan our lives, set goals, and follow the road we've carefully mapped out. But life rarely unfolds as neatly as we imagine. Sometimes, the plans we cling to so tightly are not what we truly need. They might be paths chosen out of fear, societal pressure, or a desire to meet others' expectations. When those paths are blocked, it can feel like a setback, but it's often an opportunity to reassess our priorities and discover a direction that truly aligns with who we are. Discovering a new path requires openness and courage. It means letting go of the need for complete certainty and embracing the unknown. This can be terrifying, but it is also incredibly freeing. It allows us to break free from the limitations we've unconsciously placed on ourselves. It challenges us to think differently, explore our interests more deeply, and push beyond the boundaries of our comfort zones. One of the greatest benefits of discovering new paths is the opportunity for self-discovery. When we step away from the familiar, we are forced to confront our fears, insecurities, and doubts. We learn what truly matters to us and what we are capable of achieving. This process often reveals hidden strengths and passions that we might never have discovered if we had stayed on our original path. It's in these moments of uncertainty that our true potential is often unlocked. Moreover, exploring new paths fosters creativity and innovation. It opens our minds to fresh ideas and perspectives, helping us see the world in a different light. Many of the world's most successful people stumbled upon their true calling after a significant change in direction. For example, Steve Jobs famously dropped out of college and wandered through various interests before discovering his passion for technology and design. His willingness to explore different paths led to the creation of one of the most innovative companies in history. Discovering new paths also helps us build resilience. When we let go of one dream and pursue another, we learn to cope with uncertainty and adapt to changing circumstances. This adaptability is a powerful asset in an unpredictable world. It teaches us that setbacks are not the end, but a crucial part of the journey. Each time we take a risk and try something new, we become more confident in our ability to handle whatever life throws our way. Additionally, new paths often lead to unexpected opportunities and connections. When you step into unfamiliar territory, you meet new people, encounter different ideas, and gain experiences that broaden your perspective. These interactions can open doors you never even knew existed, leading to opportunities that would have been impossible if you had remained on your original path. It's also important to recognize that not all paths are linear. Success rarely follows a straight line. Sometimes the most fulfilling journeys are the ones filled with twists and turns. They may seem chaotic and confusing in the moment, but in hindsight, they often make perfect sense. The detours we take often teach us the most valuable lessons, shaping us into the people we are meant to become. Of course, discovering new paths doesn't mean abandoning your goals at the first sign of difficulty. It's about being flexible and willing to pivot when circumstances demand it. It's about listening to your intuition and being brave enough to walk away from a path that no longer serves you. It's about having the courage to reinvent yourself, even when the future feels uncertain. Sometimes, a new path is not something you find, but something you create. It's about taking the raw material of your experiences, skills, and passions and forging a unique path that reflects your true self. This kind of self-directed journey can be the most rewarding because it is entirely your own. It's a path that is not defined by others' expectations, but by your own vision and purpose. So if you find yourself at a crossroads, don't be afraid to explore the unknown. Trust that every step, no matter how uncertain, is leading you toward a greater understanding of yourself and your place in the world. Embrace the adventure, stay open to new possibilities, and remember that sometimes the most beautiful destinations are found on paths you never planned to take. In the end, discovering new paths is about more than just finding a new career or hobby. It's about discovering who you truly are and what you are capable of achieving. It's about embracing change, facing your fears, and daring to dream bigger. Because sometimes the most meaningful chapters of our lives begin with the courage to walk down a different road. Number 5. Growth through discomfort. Growth is rarely a comfortable process. It often comes wrapped in challenges, setbacks, and moments of deep discomfort. Yet, it is precisely in these difficult times that we discover our true potential. Discomfort forces us to confront our limitations, push our boundaries, and break through the barriers that hold us back. It is a powerful teacher, revealing strengths we never knew we had and teaching us lessons we could never learn in our comfort zones. At the heart of growth through discomfort is the idea that real progress requires effort and struggle. Just as muscles grow stronger by being pushed to their limits, our minds and spirits also grow when tested. This discomfort might come in many forms: the stress of learning a new skill, the uncertainty of starting a new career, or the emotional strain of letting go of a past relationship. These moments can feel overwhelming, but they are also opportunities for transformation. Discomfort forces us to confront our fears. It strips away the illusion of control and security, exposing us to the unknown. This can be deeply unsettling, but it is also liberating. When you step into discomfort, you begin to realize that most of the fears holding you back are exaggerated or self-imposed. You discover that you are capable of handling far more than you ever imagined. Each time you push through fear and discomfort, you expand your comfort zone, gradually building a life that is richer, fuller, and more aligned with your true potential. Moreover, discomfort teaches resilience. It toughens your mental and emotional muscles, preparing you for the inevitable challenges of life. When you consistently step into discomfort, you develop a kind of mental toughness that allows you to persevere even when the odds are against you. You learn to recover quickly from setbacks, maintain your focus under pressure, and keep moving forward despite adversity. This resilience becomes a powerful asset, allowing you to tackle bigger goals and overcome greater obstacles as you grow. Another critical aspect of growth through discomfort is self-discovery. When you are forced out of your comfort zone, you learn things about yourself that you would never discover otherwise. You uncover hidden strengths, untapped talents, and aspects of your personality that only emerge in times of stress and uncertainty. This self-awareness is incredibly valuable because it helps you understand who you truly are and what you are capable of achieving. It allows you to set more meaningful goals and pursue a life that truly reflects your values and passions. Discomfort also sparks creativity and innovation. When you face a challenging situation, you are forced to think differently, to find solutions where none seem obvious, and to adapt quickly to changing circumstances. This kind of creative problem solving is essential in both personal and professional growth. Some of the world's greatest innovations and breakthroughs have come from individuals who are willing to step into discomfort and explore the unknown. Additionally, discomfort builds confidence. It might sound counterintuitive, but the more you push yourself to do things that make you uncomfortable, the more confident you become. This confidence doesn't come from avoiding failure, but from knowing that you can handle whatever comes your way. It comes from facing your fears, embracing the unknown, and emerging stronger on the other side. Over time, this confidence becomes unshakable, empowering you to take on even greater challenges without hesitation. Importantly, growth through discomfort also teaches humility and empathy. When you struggle, you develop a deeper understanding of what others might be going through. This perspective fosters compassion, helping you connect more authentically with others. It reminds you that everyone faces battles, and that true strength lies in the ability to empathize and support those around you. This emotional maturity not only deepens your relationships, but also enriches your overall experience of life. However, it's important to recognize that not all discomfort leads to growth. There is a difference between pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone for the sake of progress and subjecting yourself to unnecessary suffering. Growth-oriented discomfort challenges you, stretches you, and ultimately empowers you. It is the discomfort of pushing past your fears, not the pain of burnout or self-sacrifice. It's about taking calculated risks and embracing challenges, not simply enduring hardship for the sake of it. To truly benefit from discomfort, you must approach it with a growth mindset. This means viewing challenges as opportunities for learning rather than threats to your security or self-worth. It means embracing failure as a stepping stone to success, rather than a sign of inadequacy. It's about adopting the mindset that every uncomfortable experience is a chance to grow, learn, and evolve into a stronger version of yourself. In the end, growth through discomfort is a choice. It's a decision to face your fears, push past your limits, and keep moving forward even when the path is uncertain. It's about refusing to settle for a life of comfort and security when you know you are capable of so much more. It's about believing in your potential, trusting the process, and daring to dream bigger than ever before. So, the next time you find yourself in a difficult situation, remember that discomfort is not something to be avoided but embraced. It is a sign that you are growing, evolving, and moving closer to the person you are meant to be. Step into it, push through it, and let it shape you into the best version of yourself. Because in the end, the greatest growth often comes from the greatest discomfort. Number 6. The bigger picture life is a complex mosaic of experiences, challenges, and moments that often don't make sense in isolation. We can get so caught up in the details of our daily struggles, setbacks, and disappointments that we lose sight of the bigger picture. This broader perspective is not always immediately clear, but it has a profound impact on how we interpret our journey and the meaning we find in our lives. Understanding the bigger picture can transform the way we approach challenges, shape our goals, and influence the way we react to both success and failure. One of the greatest benefits of seeing the bigger picture is that it provides context. It helps us understand that every experience, even the painful ones, plays a role in shaping who we are. It reminds us that our lives are not defined by a single moment or mistake, but by the accumulation of experiences over time. This perspective can be deeply reassuring, especially in times of struggle, because it allows us to see setbacks as temporary and often necessary parts of our growth. For instance, many successful people can point to moments of failure or rejection that seemed devastating at the time, but later proved to be crucial turning points in their lives. These setbacks often push us to reconsider our paths, develop new skills, or discover hidden strengths. Without the benefit of hindsight, these moments can feel like insurmountable obstacles, but with a broader perspective, they become valuable lessons that guide us toward our true potential. The bigger picture also helps us prioritize what truly matters. In the rush of everyday life, it's easy to get caught up in minor conflicts, temporary setbacks, or the pursuit of superficial goals. But when we step back and consider the bigger picture, we gain clarity about our true values and long-term aspirations. This shift in perspective can be incredibly freeing, allowing us to let go of unnecessary worries and focus on what genuinely brings us joy and fulfillment. Moreover, understanding the bigger picture fosters resilience. It reminds us that our struggles are not in vain, but part of a larger narrative that will one day make sense. This mindset gives us the strength to persevere through tough times, knowing that every challenge is a piece of a much larger puzzle. It allows us to stay motivated, even when progress is slow or obstacles seem overwhelming. It's a powerful reminder that setbacks are not the end of the story, but simply chapters in a much larger book. Additionally, seeing the bigger picture can deepen our sense of purpose. It helps us connect our daily actions to a larger mission or calling. When we understand how our work, relationships, and personal growth contribute to something greater, we find deeper meaning in our efforts. This sense of purpose can be a powerful motivator, driving us to push through difficulties and stay committed to our goals even when the immediate rewards are not obvious. The bigger picture also encourages patience. It teaches us that not every goal can be achieved overnight, and that some of the most meaningful successes require years of consistent effort. This perspective can help us avoid the trap of instant gratification, reminding us that lasting fulfillment often comes from long-term commitment rather than short-term pleasure. It allows us to appreciate the journey itself, rather than just the destination, and find satisfaction in the process of growth and self-discovery. Moreover, a broader perspective can transform the way we view failure. When we see our lives as a collection of interconnected moments, we realize that setbacks are not dead ends but redirections. They are opportunities to learn, adapt, and try again with a clearer sense of purpose. This mindset shift can be incredibly empowering, allowing us to approach challenges with confidence and optimism rather than fear and self-doubt. Importantly, understanding the bigger picture also fosters gratitude. It helps us appreciate the small victories and everyday blessings that we might otherwise take for granted. It reminds us that even in the midst of struggle, there are moments of beauty, connection, and growth that make life meaningful. This sense of gratitude can be a powerful source of strength, helping us stay positive and resilient even in the face of adversity. Finally, seeing the bigger picture can enhance our relationships. It allows us to approach conflicts with empathy, recognizing that others are also on their own journeys, facing their own struggles and challenges. This perspective can help us build deeper, more meaningful connections based on understanding and mutual respect. It reminds us that our interactions with others are not just isolated moments, but part of a larger web of human connection. In the end, the bigger picture is about perspective. It's about stepping back from the chaos of daily life and seeing the broader context in which our experiences unfold. It's about recognizing that every setback, every challenge, and every triumph is part of a larger story that is still being written. It's about trusting that even when the pieces don't seem to fit, they are all part of a masterpiece that will one day make perfect sense. So the next time you find yourself overwhelmed by a setback or disappointed by a missed opportunity, take a moment to step back and consider the bigger picture. Remember that every struggle is a stepping stone, every failure a lesson, and every challenge an opportunity for growth. Because in the grand scheme of things, every piece of your story matters, and every step you take is leading you closer to the person you were meant to become. So, the next time you face a closed door, remember that it's not the end. It's just the beginning of a new, more meaningful chapter. Thank you.